laser!
All your base dogs belong to us.
First. Oh, we need music. Now, what is the purpose of liking? Why must we do it? Why does our soul consume us so to click one little button and we take the mouse into our hands and we move it in such a way as to show appreciation, to show a voice, to show the world that we are not just numbers, but people. So I want you to grab that mouse and use that index finger for what it was made for. To click one button. Or else. Alyssa Mercante is gonna chop your dick off, man. Like that's really gonna happen.
Money, print money, cash,
Money, well,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash,
money, well,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money,
super chat,
money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Racist, fascist, nationalist, grifter, bootlicking theocrat, literally Hitler, colonizer, Nazi, incel, bigot, white supremacist, privileged idiot, snowflake, pick me, toxic, homophobe, should troll, sexist, deplorable, xenophobe, shill, dog, whistling, transphobe, simp stan, alt-right, neocon, tyrant, yeah, and?
No, they can't make me do it. They can't. It's been 10 months, No.
No, 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 no!
Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the
Gonna
basement,
make
and
me
he's
do
never
it,
getting
huh?
out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement,
Well,
and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's
if
never
I'm
getting
gonna
out.
do this,
Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's
I
in the
better be
basement, and
ready.
he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out. Nobody's in the basement, and he's never getting out.
Racist, fascist, nationalist, grifter, bootlicking theocrat, literally Hitler, colonizer, Nazi, incel, bigot, white supremacist, privileged, idiot, snowflake, pick me, toxic, homophobe, child troll, sexist, deplorable, xenophobe, shill, dog, whistling, transphobe, simp stan, alt-right, neocon, tyrant, yeah, and... Call me a racist, fascist, nationalist, grifter, bootlicking theocrat, literally Hitler, colonizer, Nazi, incel, bigot, white supremacist, privileged, idiot, snowflake, pick me, toxic, homophobe, child troll, sexist, deplorable, xenophobe, shill, dog, whistling, transphobe, simp stan, alt-right, neocon, tyrant, yeah, and...
Sorry about that. I had some news that I've been waiting for. Like, I've been waiting for an update on something. Nothing to do with internet, IRL stuff, and it finally showed up. I'm like, finally! I've been waiting 5 days for this. So I just had to confirm that was happening. I was like, powder video again. Away. Oh God. So yeah, I started a little later today. I don't know. I just didn't feel like doing a 3-hour stream today. And the thing is, the closer I am to it, like, if Smash JT's stream starts, then that makes me want to hurry it up. So this should be kind of a short 2-hour stream. We're just going to be going over the basics today, and then rating the good old Smashinator. The second channel has actually been doing great. I believe we're at 200. Let's double check. 299 subscribers. We have gained. Oh, wait, no, we hit 300. Yeah, we hit 300 subscribers today. And we've gotten 68 subscribers in the last 28 days. So yeah, really digging the support, everybody. You know what? Just real quick, like a good YouTuber would, they would actually put the link to their second channel where they put all their live streams at. So hold on, nobody got clipped. I need to put that at there. There we go. So if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, so you can see all the stream clips, just in case you miss a live stream or something, there you go. All right. But first up, we're going to be going over the obvious stuff. We're going to jump right into it. We have Asmongold, who was banned yesterday on Twitch. Apparently, I think he's on the other platforms. I don't think he's publicly addressed it yet. I'm learning this as we go. I was doing other stuff today, so I'm playing catch up. If you guys know more than me, say it in the chat, or if there's other resources I can get to look. But here are the resources that we have right now. Tectone posted this last night, like a few minutes after he learned that Asmongold got banned. And there are some theories right now on why he got banned, and we will talk about that here in a moment.
There I was, bare-ass naked in my living room, playing Splatoon Raiders. By the way, 100% a game of the year. contender, 100%. Probably one of the best games ever made on Switch 2. If you have $50, pick it up. It's good shit. Asmongold got banned on Twitch again. I don't know the reason. This literally happened probably like 30 seconds ago. I haven't reached out. I haven't looked into it anymore. But it's just insane how no matter what the reason is, we all know it's going to be bullshit. When I go live...
Yeah. It's going to be on weird, dumb technicalities, like it always is. It's like, well, technically what you said was reasonable, what every single country should do, but the thing is, it sounded mean. It had nothing to do with you being right. It had everything to do with it sounding mean. And what does that say about Hassan Piker? You know? Oil-loving diddler Hassan Piker, who loves going to Diddy parties and hiring potentially underage prostitutes in other nations, you know? I don't know. I don't know how they feel about that.
Tomorrow on rumble.com/techno90MCS, they all talk about there. Quick little plug. Something exhausting, I'm not going to lie. I did like 2.5 hours of cardio today because I'm trying to lose like 15 pounds over the course of the next year. But it's just getting a little bit ridiculous. What is it this time? Is it because he said that Twitch needs to be held liable for people who are streaming and driving because he doesn't want someone to die, or that he hopes someone dies while someone's driving so that way Twitch finally gets held liable? Is that why we're getting upset? Because he's doing a call to action to make sure a very corrupt platform actually faces repercussions? Or...
Yeah, they are just not fans of Asmongold over there on Twitch. I think right now, Side Scrollers went over the numbers recently between Hassan and Asmongold. It looks like viewership-wise that Asmongold is kind of on par with Hassan, but in terms of monthly subscribers, I think Asmongold has Hassan has Asmongold beat. So they just make a lot of money with Hassan, and Asmongold is just a glitch in their system that they have to tolerate and just try to find any fucking reason in order to ban him. And in all honesty, I think the only reason that, and this is just, you know, outside looking in, but, you know, you fall in love with your original platform, right? Like, my original platform was YouTube. So I have been more so, you know, affiliated with YouTube than I am with Kick, than I am with Rumble, than I am with Twitch. I'm also live streaming on Twitch. Twitch, you can go fuck yourself. Please reinstate Asmongold, you little liberal bitches. You terrorist supporters. Yeah, I said it. Ban me, Twitch. I don't care. I don't care. Twitch can suck a long dick for all I care, as long as Dan Clancy's willing to give. Jesus. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, back what I was saying. I completely understand why. It's kind of like your first love. Your platform is your first love, and I mean, I get it that he has a lot of viewers on there. He doesn't want to let them down. Maybe he, you know, really does prefer the chat. I use a multi-chat. Like, I honestly don't care about like the chat. Like, as long as you guys are chatting and you're happy, I don't. Everyone says Twitch's chat is the greatest. I go, it's words and emotes to me. So, you know, maybe you guys know better. Maybe it's because I've, you know, been stuck in the YouTube sand for so long. But the thing is, either way, that's not my point. My point is that your first platform is your first love. It's kind of hard to leave, especially now that, you know, it's been the OG, it's been going strong. You've been bleeding purple since day one. Honestly, I think he's just waiting for them to like permanently ban him. Maybe that's the other thing. You know, I was going on this, you know, maybe it's, you know, it's his first platform, first love, you know, he has viewers there, doesn't want to let him down, but maybe he wants them. Maybe he wants them to permanently ban him. I wonder if that would open up a lawsuit. I don't know, but it'd be an interesting test case. But then again, Asmongold, he's already in a lawsuit, right? Well, no, I think he recently got out of that lawsuit. There might be another one. I forget. But that would be a really interesting test case because he's probably one of the only creators that would have the ability to do that to Twitch. Like, he would be one of the few that could sue Twitch. and could get his hands on Discovery. So, with a suspension, I hate when they say ban, because I'm like, you mean a suspension? To me, ban means that means a permanent ban. Ban means like 100%. I don't know why people don't use suspension instead of ban. Anyway, I digress. But I wonder if that's like an end goal for him. Like, because if he gets permanently banned and then he sues Twitch and then he's able to get Discovery, can you imagine all the backlogs and Teamster chats and Slacks that are probably back there talking about other creators that he could get his hands on that would become public? Man, that would be amazing. That would make my day. I not gonna lie. Like, that would make my fucking day. Anyway, let's continue with Tectone.
Is it because he said he would be okay with more extreme measures for taking care of immigrants, where there would be a short-term amount of casualties for long-term safety and protection of the country's people? Is that what's got him banned, because he's willing to do extreme things in the short term to ensure the safety of our nation and our people?
Yeah. At least from what I've seen online so far, that seems to be the indication.
People from foreign invaders who shouldn't be there to begin with. I really wonder which it is, but we all know it's complete bullshit. The number one thing that I want is for the man to just not apologize for anything. I think Twitch is a joke.
Yeah, if anything, that's the number one thing no one wants him to do. Like, it's like, look, we understand why you apologized the first time. You found an interesting angle with it, Asmongold, but don't do it this time, dude. They're just out to get you at this point. They're trying to find any fucking excuse to ban you, like they look for any fucking excuse not to ban Hassan. That's what's going on. Everyone knows it. It's obvious.
Of a platform. I think we're all there at this point, because I want to remind you, and I say this every day, it's like a broken record. There was this streamer, I can't remember who it was. He was 6'6", he was a multi-millionaire with a smoking hot wife. Well, not at that time. Now he has a smoking hot wife that has a quote of, and I'll just censor it a little bit here because I'm not going to edit this video. He said something along the lines of, Frogan is very, very, very round.
By the way, I know I'm on Twitch. Frogan is a fat ass. She's fat and round and ingests calories like cows eat grass. Ban me, Twitch. I'm asking you to. Are you telling me not to say reality? Okay, well, we'll see. I'll try. I'll keep my eyes on my email.
And that man got banned for 2 weeks. And when that woman and another woman pushed.
By the way, if you guys aren't sure who he's talking about, Tectone is the one who got banned. In case you don't know the fully well-known lore by now.
False crimes against that man. They were not banned at all. So I want to remind you, on Twitch, you can be banned for calling a woman fat or calling them a lady of the night. However, supporting terrorism, pushing false allegations on men, as well as, I want to remind you, you know that Nia Lynn openly sexually assaulted 2 men on stream and she got banned for less than 24 hours?
Dude, that was great. Like, Nia Lynn, I forget her name. I know her last name's Lynn. She's Asian. You know, whatever. They all look alike. You know it. We know it. I'm sorry. Did that sound too serious? Anyway, but yeah, there's a like straight up woman assaults 2 men sexually, 24-hour ban. Like has gotten banned like 2 other times since then. They barely last a day or 2. Like Twitch just, as much as like it's ran by straight white men, they really do their damage to as many straight white creators as they possibly can on Twitch.
Isn't this just a little bit concerning? I think we're all getting to the point where we're growing tired of this charade. We're growing tired of this game. And there's content creators like me put their money where their mouth is. And we don't stream on Twitch because we don't want to enable this platform's behavior anymore. And then there is other people like Asmongold who multi-stream. And I think the way Asmongold multi-streams is very smart.
I still don't understand why Tectone doesn't multi-stream on Kick and YouTube. Like, he was doing just fine on YouTube. Like, I know he was banned for like a week or 2 because he said something or another. And it's a really interesting, like, it's just a small adjustment. But the thing is, I also understand why he's just full on Rumble. He doesn't want to think about, 20 other different rules that other platforms have. Kind of the rule of thumb, if you're not a live streamer or you don't make videos on YouTube, is you go, okay, if you just think of the YouTube rules, then you don't have to worry about all the other platforms' rules because it basically covers it. Twitch just kind of goes a little too far sometimes, and TikTok, oh my God. Dude, on my first day on TikTok, I don't stream on there anymore. First day, I got 3 warnings in the first 20 minutes for saying retard. And I kept getting these warnings, and they're like, look, one more time and we're just going to ban you. And I went, I'm just going to turn it off. So I just turned off TikTok, and I have live streamed with them a few times. But God, if you want to see real censorship on a platform, TikTok is the place to go. But yeah. But Twitch right now is complete bullshit. They're clearly one-sided. They're lefty lunatics. They want this country invaded by a bunch of illegals, and they don't want to hear any other reasonable solutions that a country would make in order to protect its citizens.
Because while taking away all business away from Twitch is a great way to hurt this platform, another great way to hurt it.
Yeah. Anyway, to my point, though, I don't understand why Tectone isn't multi-streaming on just Kick and Rumble. Like, that's kind of the one that gets me. Like, out of all the... Like, I understand YouTube, I understand Twitch, but why don't you just multi-stream YouTube and Kick? Kick and Rumble. Like, that just seems a no-brainer. And maybe he has talked about this before, but I haven't heard it. But if there's a link somewhere below why he doesn't do that, and maybe I'm just sound like a dumbass, just put it in the chat, please.
Platform is to multi-stream and to express the issues with a platform and provide a simple alternative by saying, by the way, guys, I am also live on Rumble. By the way, guys, I'm also live on Kick. The reality is that Twitch is a platform, unless it has a proper incentivization to change, will never change. And as much as I love myself being a martyr for this platform, or Zach being a martyr for this platform, it is very exhausting to see just corruption run amok. We see that in our people. We see that amongst the white liberals. Good Lord, liberal women are just...
Yep, white liberal women. Every time.
About the biggest silly poo-poo heads on the planet. And we have gender confused... need to be careful about that. Sorry, can't edit this one because my editors are asleep. I don't want to wake them up, but you guys know what I'm going to say without me having to say it. The entire world is getting to a point where we have to operate within people's imaginations, and we have to...
And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Specifically female imaginations.
Put people's feelings above facts and logic. And you aren't allowed to talk about anything seriously because people will freak the hell out because no one is willing to do the necessary deeds that we need to do in order to ensure the safety of our people and the betterment of our civilization. Because I'll be real, guys, the way we get there, it's not too nice. It's not, yeah, we might have to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. We really do. And unfortunately, people don't like that mentality. Nope. No. Unless it's about killing conservative men. It is...
Or trans people shooting up schools, like... political assassinations apparently okay. Charlie Kirking. Spewing out how much, everyone loved the idea of a conservative commentator being assassinated in a public venue. Man, Christians in, Africa, they really do love to ignore that. Yeah. At this point in time, the thing is a reasonable amount of force is necessary. And the thing is, we already do that in everyday lives. When a criminal is running away from a scene, you have to tackle him. If someone pulls a knife, guess what? That you have police officers who are going to be, pulling their weapon, hopefully not to use it. And what we're going to be discussing a little later on is the most likely case for what Asmongold was banned for, and it seems like it had everything to do with the border.
Moving illegal aliens from our countries, can't do that. Punishing criminals, no, we can't do that. But you know what we can do? We can kill Charlie Kirk because he spoke his mind. Yep. We can do a 5th assassination attempt on the president because we think he's a scary orange guy. And my liberal sister said that they were a very evil man because of a crime that he committed 20 years ago that even the woman themselves didn't even remember doing. And
you know what? The thing is, like... And I know that one of us would be like, man, if only we could have a reasonable conversation with these lefty lunatics and like ask them basic questions. But the thing is, they don't believe in reason. They believe in a utopia that's never going to be. And they want to essentially, if there is a traditional norm that has been known to work, but it's just slightly scary, They want to completely obliterate that. Again, what is it called? Suicidal empathy. That's all it's all about. Oh, and it's slightly scary, even though it's necessary. If we just get rid of it, then we get rid of the actual evil, which is straight white men, saving the world. But we can't have that. No. We're just going to invite all the criminals into our country. There might be some good people. The thing is, we don't want to judge all of them. It's like, no, we don't want to judge all of them. But guess what? How about they go through the fucking process at the very least so that we can interview them, see what employment history they have in other countries. Is it actually asylum? Do they have documentation? Could they just be crossing from another country in order to get benefits for free? Like there's a whole lot of questions that we assign people to take a look into. But instead of doing that, for some rationalization and during the Biden administration was, oh no, just let people through. During a pandemic, everyone had to stay inside. But guess what? If you were an illegal immigrant, north, south, east, west, come on in and fill all the gaps, fill the air. We didn't diagnose you. We didn't get you any documents. You didn't have to take the, up the nose test. Just come on in and spread your air, spread your love. Yeah, it made complete sense. Totally made complete sense. No, it did not make any fucking sense whatsoever.
Also, he only found civilly liable, and there's no criminal record on that. But that's okay, because my imagination and my thoughts and feelings told me otherwise. Is anybody else tired of this? I
am.
And the only way to do it is to not support Twitch, or tell people about the alternative, or go after their sponsors. All three work very well.
I personally don't like going after sponsors. But technically, that's on a creator level. So yeah, on a Twitch level, corporation. Oh yeah, go after it. I mean, look, I have 0 viewers on Twitch right now. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, I have 0 viewers on Twitch, 1 on Kick, 1 on Rumble, 4 in YouTube. So 4, 5, 6. None of them are on Twitch. So I don't know, guys. Maybe I'll put out a poll on X at some point. I mean, like, should I just drop Twitch? Because I don't get any viewers from it. Like, even though I do YouTube, like, should I drop Twitch at this point? Just keep YouTube, Kick, and Rumble, and then just be on my merry way till Twitch isn't making money off of me. I ain't making any money off of them. So I don't know. Fuck them. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's just end Twitch right now. Yeah, we'll do it. And we'll do this. I don't think there's any personal information on here. So yeah, here we go. Boom. Done. Gone. This is the cloud service I use, so don't worry about that. All right, no longer on Twitch. I'll have an account, but not going to stream on there anymore. Fuck them.
And the number one thing that you can also do is to support creators who are speaking out about this. When they do a sponsor, very rare, scan the QR code. When they're going live, just go lurk on their channels. That's pretty much all we can do. Until the creators that these people are trying to silence, like myself, Nuxtaku, Jake Monroe, Donut Operator, Asmongold, say hi to Eli, Brandon Herrera, Justin, Kirsha, Powder. I could go further, but you guys get what I'm saying. We must bolster together.
And Smugalana. Oh God, well that wasn't Twitch. That was on YouTube. Jesus Christ, that's just YouTube algorithm being stupid. But Twitch, it's Twitch is like it's maliciously bad.
Stand strong together because they're trying to silence us. So let us support those who they're going after. Let us support those who they're attempting to silence because together we are strong. And when they are successfully able to fragment us and punish those one by one, and we don't support them, we don't express our outrage, that is how they gain more control. They want more control. They want to control the narratives. They want to push their agendas. And anything that opposes them, they will strike down. Not because it's wrong, but because it goes against them. That's not free speech. That's not what America's about. It's not what the world's about. And I think it's an absolute joke. I do. If you would like to assist, please be there when Asmongold goes live again. Please go subscribe to his channel as well. And if you would like to support creators like me, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and join me on Rumble. youtube.com/TechTone, where I go live every day at 9 a.m. CST. Tomorrow, we will be talking about all of this bullshit, any updates on this case, as well as hopefully watch some wacky videos on deep sea creatures. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.
All right, and that's the YouTube video to his channel on YouTube. I'll try to get his Rumble channel in there a little later on. But anyway, we move on to the next day because he posted that video last night. Tectone just kind of comes in ripping in, says, old Hassan clip has resurfaced. We want more immigrants to come into your countries, and then they're going to F your sisters and then your daughters. We're here to destroy the white race, bitch. So Twitch, we are just banned Asmongold, but we're not going to ban the guy who wants illegals to rape our families. And I've listened to this. It does not sound like him. I don't know if it's because it's a really early clip or not, but here's what he said.
We're going to keep bringing in immigrants in this country on purpose, just so they can fuck your sister, and then maybe even your daughter. We're going to destroy the white race, bitch. That's what we're here to do.
Not banned. You know, just, calling for the landlord's bloods to be spilt. You know, Rick Scott, a few other, United States congressmen. Still not banned. Has a 9/11 newspaper in his room now. That's his real voice. I think he was just younger in that voice. I would like to see the entire clip though, because over on Side Scrollers, Phoenix made a good point where it's like, hey, they get straight to the thing where it's you definitely, be reactionary on it. Like, for all we know, there's a possibility of sarcasm in there, and then he follows up with, and of course I'm not saying that. So, but the issue is that because he has a history of essentially hinting at that the entire time, it doesn't surprise anybody if he's ever said it outright. So, I don't know about that, but I did look a little bit further into this. So Casey, Asmongold's supposed girlfriend, reacted to Asmongold's controversial comments. So this came from Rick Ahsoka. I have no idea who that is. Your ugly, unwashed boyfriend advocates for shooting children. Asmongold says undocumented children need to get shot if they cross the border with their parents. Casey goes, based. Okay. So I don't think Twitch has said anything outright, but this is essentially what it looks like that he said. And Side Scrollers put out a video on their Bits channel today. I would highly recommend that. They really do go over and discuss it.
Always, this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them. They're going to stop coming over. Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over.
So, just stopping right there. There's a few things that you need to consider. And I believe Stuttering Craig, again, check out their video over on Side Scrollers on this situation. They definitely get into some deep shit in regards to that. But the thing is, I forget who said it, but hey, let's just imagine that there was a mother, a father, and a daughter. They're homeless, and they go to your house and they knock on your door, and they go, "Hey, look, we're just down on our luck. Could you provide us with just a little bit of bread and some water?" That would be reasonable, right? You still can say no. They're not threatening you, right? Maybe you're in a situation where you financially can't do that. You can still have a conversation. You can give or not, but overall, they're not a threat, right? But there's no ill will. No one wants to hurt each other, right? Now, if there was a horde of people, right? Men, women, children, and they're trying to all at once. There's 70 of them, all trying to hoard your fence and get into your house. And then they're going to be using those children essentially as shields. And they're going to blackmail you on that over and over and over and over again. There's really only one solution in order to solve that problem. That's all he's saying. Because either you allow them in using a child morality shield. It's kind of the same thing that they're doing in Congress with the Kids Online Safety Act. They say it's for the kids when it's really not. In this case, you just have adults using children as human moral meat shields, and because the West, we're pretty good guys, we feel bad about killing the innocents. But the thing is, Asmongold's thinking, as it kind of seems like, is we're not the ones using children as human shields. If we temporarily made it a point to just indiscriminately shoot anyone, then that means the parents will stop bringing their kids along, at the very least. Hey, Furious Dan, what's going on? And Proctofowl. But I don't know. I'm saying that makes sense to me. I understand how people feel about it, but he's going technical. It is an obvious way to deter families and coyotes from approaching the border in that manner. I don't know. Am I just talking to myself here, chat? That's what it sounds like he's saying to me. He goes, look, I don't, and what he's saying is I don't want that to happen, but if we want it to stop, people that are trying to cross our border need to get a harsh reality. I think that is kind of reasonable as well as fucked up. Two things can be true. No one wants children to die, right? No one does. No one does. But guess what? The child's also, the 12, 13-year-old is also trying to, commit a crime as well with the parents. Let's see. Furious Dan, you're just stopping by? Well, tell John and Toasty I said hi. I'm just doing a short stream here, going over some of the small, with some small updates for the day. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like Tech Toad said, you got to crack a few eggs to make some omelets. I'm sorry. I care about my people here more than the people trying to get here.
And then they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works.
Yeah. It's a child morality shield. And you know what? If they keep doing it, at some point, people are going to start putting down their moral flags for a few days if it continues to happen. Eventually, that's just the natural conclusion. That's all he's saying.
That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals. It's just the way it is. They're savages. Absolute fucking savages. Hamas tactics, terrorists. Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it. But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man. That's the way it is. People are too emotional to see that. Yeah, I mean, it's... You don't...
John says to start with rubber bullets. I have a question, John. Let's just say you were as desperate as the people south of the United States border and you needed to go to another country. What would deter you more? Rubber bullets or real ones? Because the United States have been dealing with this for decades. I think we're a little tired of using rubber bullets because these people aren't learning. So I think even though rubber bullets would be a great alternative, if we started using them 10 years ago and it worked, all for it. But now, no, we need to make a point.
You can't make decisions that way, and I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit, unemotional. I wish we had more people like me. I do. I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies that are too worried about the optics of something rather than the reality of it.
And he's absolutely right. People are more concerned at how it looks rather than how effective it is. That he's not saying to completely get rid of morality, because we need morality in this world. You need people who are empathetic. The problem is we have too much empathy for all the wrong reasons to the point where it doesn't make any fucking sense. And the thing is, I don't want to put words into I don't want to put words into Asmongold's mouth. But maybe 5 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, he wouldn't be saying this. That's just how bad it's got. We let it happen, and we're tired of letting it happen, and we're putting a full stop to it. What's the best way to put a full stop to it? You got to give the right incentives to the people trying to cross our border to not to. You try to cross, you die. You try to do this illegally, you die. That's a pretty good fucking incentive. We're not going to arrest you. No more than Mr. Nice Guy, you die. Bring your kids. You're just asking them for a death sentence. Your fault, not ours. That's the point I think he's getting at. We have to go no more Mr. Nice Guy for probably a good decade and a half. All right, moving on. Let's see, what else has been said? Assad says Asmongold community are worse than animals. Oh, you mean like the animals that you like to go over our borders? You mean the animals that the terrorist groups that you promote, the animals of, all the people that you tell to kill and murder and assassinate, Congressman Hassan Piker? I don't know what animals you're talking about. It seems to me like if you go into Asmon's chat, it's just a bunch of guys trying to solve problems and asking him questions about the situation. In your chat, you have people celebrating two Jewish ambassadors to the point where you had to put emotes only mode. Isn't that right? And his chat are the monsters? He's the monster? Dude, you are animal breeder number one. Oh, Cayman Lee. Great guy. Banned for telling the truth because he's moderately right-wing. But if you electrocute your dog, commit crimes on stream, or celebrate 9/11, nothing happens to you. Twitch, your bias is so obvious. And he's absolutely right. And of course, we got base leaflet as always over here. Honestly, I agree with Asmongold. The one thing that people don't understand is that when one side is willing to use women and children to commit crimes, and you let them use this to lessen your response, then you make it strategically valid. So it's like, okay, your side is using women and children as a strategy to get into our country. And what Leaflet, I think, is saying here is like, okay, if they're allowing this, then that means it's allowed on our side too. In the immediate, it's bad and it feels awful. Just like I said, no one wants to do something like this, but by allowing the effectiveness of the tactic to stand, you create much more dire consequences for a greater sum of people, both for the children and women who will be used in the future and for the crime that will come to the citizens. So it's not good for the women that are coming into this country. It's not good for the children that are coming into this country. And it's not good for the women and children who are already in this country. I mean, fuck, everyone says they want to fight the patriarchy, but they don't want to punish the men that are bringing their, their wives and their children into this country at a net negative in more ways than one. So it's either the coyotes, it's either their husbands, it's either their, brothers or brother-in-laws that, have, a morality or legal hold on these women and children. So it's always a bad time. So how about we do this and we just stop it? We cut it off. We put the ultimate punishment if you try to get into this country. Because what changes? At least the women and children on our side of the fence are safer from them. You at least help a good deal of the population. Sure, you're not saving everybody, but that's not the fucking goal. You need to care for your own first. When did we forget to do that? Care for your own first. Put the mask on yourself before anyone around you, just like in an airplane. I'm turning Japanese, guys. Anyway, she continues. Basically allow your morality, which they don't even care about, by the way. Yeah, because they're just using it against you, to drive you to a result that creates exponentially higher levels of suffering and death. This is the difference between the knights and the kings. The ability to make this decision while understanding fully the consequences at whole and not just in a single moment. So essentially what she's saying is the knights, they only can see what's in front of them, right? But a king needs to look at the macro and be like, yes, it's unfortunate that we need to do this, but it is necessary. And it, weirdly enough, saves more lives than it takes in the long run. It's a net positive. So I might end the video right here, but I'm going to go to a follow-up from Tectone because he made a video this morning. But just in case I don't, we'll be like, well, thank you so much for watching the video. Like and comment down below, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Be sure to subscribe. Remember that you are somebody, I am nobody. Have a fantastic day. All right, we're going to continue forward.
Welcome back to the stream. Rumble.com/Tectone, YouTube.com/Tectone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We've been getting a lot of new members lately, and I appreciate that. Today we're talking about why 𝖕𝓉 got banned. And I'm going to hopefully break this down because this happens every other month, just like it happened to me every other week before I decided to leave Twitch indefinitely, if not permanently. To be honest, right now I'm looking for a reason to delete my entire Twitch channel because I think that platform is for fucking fat. I can't say that on YouTube.
I say a lot of things on YouTube. Wait, what do you think he said?
Reason to delete my entire Twitch channel because I think that platform is for fucking fat. I can't say that on
I think he's saying full of toe gaffs.
YouTube, but the issue is here is 𝖕𝓉 got banned. Now, I'm going to show you some context. I'm going to show you the clip of why. I've already broke this down before. We're going to talk about it again. And I'm going to talk to you guys why low IQ sheep, cattle, run the internet. So a little bit of context from NMP here real quick. This clip, I haven't watched it, but it's going to be relevant to today's video. So let's watch this a little bit.
You went to Hassan's birthday party?
Yeah, I'm actually a little confused why, because I know that there's been discussion between NMP and a few other creators. I know that he hung out with Hassan recently, and Hassan kind of was trying to groom him a little bit. I know he tried to talk about a year ago about that, Muslim music video that was clearly terrorist propaganda. And I believe there was some conversation on his podcast about who he prefers, 𝖕𝓉 or Hassan, because they've become the political poster childs of Twitch. So I don't know how relevant this will be. So I'm very interested in what Tectone has to say, though.
You made a big fuzz about it. Yeah, because Hassan is an A-list celebrity, and he helped get Abdul something elected in Michigan. When you're invited to it's like being invited.
Yeah, he got Abdul, Ahmed, Ahmad, Jihad, Alu Akbar elected into Michigan. Oh, okay, great. So we're going to talk about why Hassan got Abdul Jabbar.
And if you guys don't know who 𝖕𝓉 is, so this is him. This is the guy who I believe he passed the primary in Michigan. He's running for the 2026 United States Senate election in Michigan. From 2023 to 2025, he was the director of the Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services of Wayne County. And he is a devout Muslim and a socialist. And he's one of the people that Hassan propped up in his stream and helped him get elected. That's essentially what he's implying.
Abdul Jafar elected into office, and we're going to keep on watching this clip. This is rage bait, I'm sure.
I make stuff up.
Here we go.
You do. You do.
Here we go.
Me and Hassan are the most lied about people on the internet.
Trying to be.
Really? I don't know. I think that if I were to make a pick of the person who is the most lied about on the entire internet, at least in regards to content creators, I would say Tectone would be, number one there. Hassan is on camera saying and promoting all the stuff that people accuse him of doing. He has said this. He has went to brothels. He has glazed over terrorists. He has interviewed terrorists and glazed them, comparing them to beloved heroes in anime, like in One Piece. Like, everything is on camera. Oh, yeah. He tortures his dog by shocking them. I don't know what was lied about, dude. I think that people just still glaze him because people see, high viewership in his on his channel and just assume that he's great, and he's not. Numbers is only one metric. Sure, numbers is great to gamify. There's stuff to be inspired by, to reach for greater things, but it's still just a man on the other side of the screen. That's it.
He decides to go live and say that Nicholas Palm is the most, or Nicholas Palm and Hassan are the most lied about people on the internet. Nick, come on. Let's relax. I know you got to vouch for your boy here, but this is embarrassing. I promise you, nobody needs to lie about Hassan because the truth makes him look fucking horrible. And
That's what I said. Oh, he's gonna bring this back up. I might cut this from the video just so that when we reach this part, then we can just see it.
I want to remind you that there is a clip of Hassan that just resurfaced that I posted on my Twitter, 5,000 likes in 1 hour. And these are Hassan's own words. So let me show you what Twitch thinks is permissible, what NMP thinks that people are lying about, and let's just hear how Hassan thinks about immigration in America. Let's talk about it.
We're going to keep bringing in immigrants to this country on purpose, just so they can fuck your sister, and then maybe even your daughter. We're going to destroy the white race, bitch. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, I'm going to be real, man. When clips like...
Yeah. Apparently he said that. And if that is the goal, then that means it's a war. That means children on that means child soldiers might be on the table here. So if that's the goal and you're going to use children as soldiers to get into our country, then don't be surprised if they die.
That exists of a human being, I really don't think that anybody needs to make anything up. So Hassan wants to import infinite illegals into the United States of America to fuck our sisters and fuck our daughters. Which, by the way, that's pedophilia. And when somebody has clips that bad, as well as self-exclaiming and admitting that they went to a brothel with child sex trafficked minors at it, and he had a quote-unquote...
Yep. Allegedly. We know that he went there. We know that he plowed a bitch. We don't know how old she was. But what we do know is that Hassan won't say how old. He's like Anthony Fauci, and he's pleading the fifth.
Great time. Yeah, I don't really think that's somebody we need to lie about at this point. By the way, Nick, if you would ever like to talk about any of this, I got my podcast, you got your podcast. Let's talk about it. Because Nick, and I'm going to go on record, I actually like Nick quite a lot.
Yeah, I recently found Nick because of his divorce thing. He's a very interesting individual. Like, I like him personally. I think he's... again, I haven't seen a lot of his content. But it does sound like that he got dragged through the mud in the divorce. I think he's at a crossroads, especially like in the political hemisphere of the internet. And that's something that he's just going to have to figure out on his own. But he's more so of like a lifestyle lifestyle content creator, as far as I can tell. Like he's in the kitchen, he's cooking, he's going out with his girlfriend, he's just kind of living life and live streaming it. So I don't think he knows about or pays attention to all the political toe-gaffery that's going on in the country and around the world. When he's just trying to live his life, trying to get over the divorce, try to pursue his new relationship with his girlfriend. I forget her name. I do apologize if you do see this, which is highly unlikely. But to get to the point, I I just don't think he's as knowledgeable as he thinks he is. And look, and the thing is, it's not unheard of. Like if you have access to someone more so than other people, then you're going to think that you know a lot more about them than everyone else. It's like, oh yeah, I went to lunch with Hassan, last Saturday, and it was a good time. But I'm sorry, but that's just not how it works. like I have friends on the internet, and I don't know their first name. like Smash JT, me and him, I DM him the thumbnails. Like that's the majority of our conversation in DMs. It's just me spamming marathon thumbnails at him. I don't know his fucking middle name. Like I know a lot more than most people. I'm not gonna say I know fucking everything. To the best of my knowledge, Smash JT is a great guy. He seems like a great father, but I don't fucking know. I have taken a look at what other people have, said about him, and I think they're full of shit, and I think they don't look at a lot of context, and I think they're horrible researchers. But I've done my research, and I have my own personal experience because it's also part of my YouTube business. Knowing these things is part of my YouTube business, so I will know these things a lot more than someone like NMP will. And that was a really long rant just to say he's kind of a dumbass just in this area. So I'll probably cut a lot of that out.
I don't know how he has been brainwashed into saying these things, but it bothers me. It does. It bothers me. Nobody's lying about Hassan. The truth is well enough as it is. So here is the clip that got 𝖕𝓉 banned.
It's really funny because you really don't see Hassan fanatics defending his actions. They just keep saying that whoever isn't a Hassan fan, why they're wrong about him. But if you mention the dog stuff, if you mention the terrorist stuff, they seem to shut up real quick and then just attack you. See, and that's kind of part of the problem that they've put themselves in. It's just like this. I'm not joking. It's just like this.
Racist, fascist, nationalist, grifter, bootlicking theocrat, literally Hitler.
See, that's the thing. They've been calling people like us that for years. But the thing is, they've done it so much it doesn't mean anything. And then when we point out literal things recorded on the internet that an individual does or say and get specific on it, then they just attack you, but they don't defend him necessarily. They just like, well, you're just a chud. You're just a homophobe. And the thing is, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah. Their name calling is watered down. Racist doesn't mean what it used to anymore. It actually used to be a real insult. Remember when calling out a stereotype wasn't racist? Yeah, the 90s were a great time.
And we're going to talk about it. And essentially, I'm going to explain to you why low IQ retards dictate punishments in the world. They are running our courts. They are running every HR department. And liberal white women love empowering retards that destroy the lives of takes they don't understand because they're not service level, they're complex, and they require a bit of thought.
I think we solve this issue by having women get pregnant early on. Like right when they turn 18, 19. I think that'll solve a lot of problems. I'm not saying go Handmaid's Tale on them. I'm just saying, hey guys, right out of high school, you can make an effort. Just putting that out there.
Something that people of today's society don't want to do. So I'm going to tell you what people think 𝖕𝓉 said. 𝖕𝓉 says he wants to shoot children in the head. Now let me show you what he actually said. We're gonna write this down on a notepad. So this is all what they're pretending they said. Now let's watch the clip again, and we're gonna break it down.
Actually, I need to start doing this. This is kind of a great way to make a point.
Here we go.
is shoot him, problem solved. That's what I would do. That's what I think they should. I think they should just fucking shoot him. Like, I've said this before.
Context: 60,000 Moroccan Africans illegally force migrated into Spain all at the same time, using women and children as shields. That way police cannot enact justice and remove them from their country. 60,000. 60,000 criminals all breaking into your country, and force and using the law is not allowed because they use women and children as shields. Let's keep going here.
Like, I know that it might sound like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. I have no sympathy for doing that, and I would do that in a second because it's the right thing to do in the long term. You can never look at, in a very, very isolated incident, you could say, and there's always, this is emotional blackmail, right?
Yes.
You can't shoot these people. They have kids.
TJ, yeah, but there are some women out there who shouldn't have kids. I'm not saying whether, like, it's a good, whether they're qualified. Most people aren't qualified to have kids. Most people aren't ready to have kids. But guess what? If they have kids, then they won't be spending their fucking time trying to ruin everyone else's. Then they won't get into everybody's fucking business. They're not going to try to get more illegal immigrants into our country. They're going to actually listen to men because, you know, people need to protect them. But the problem is, at the same time, that you have to get rid of these laws that blatantly discriminate against men in regards to parenting and in family court. So two things need to happen. Women need to start getting pregnant early on in life, and men actually need to have reproductive and father's rights. Two really big hurdles need to happen first.
With them. Well, then don't bring your kids.
Exactly.
If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids.
Now, this can sound heartless. Now, let me explain to you what he means, and we're going to explain this multiple times throughout this clip. So, criminals, illegal criminals from Africa, are forcibly invading other countries, and they're using their women and children as kids. Asmongold's solution is to shoot them all. Now, you could say, well, why is he going to shoot the women and children? Because the problem is that an extreme measure needs to be taken once to ensure that more women and children are not being put into the line of fire and the line of danger in perpetuity. We must put our foot down once, because the issue is, if criminals see, oh, I'll just break into this guy's house with a group of kids, that way they can't shoot me, more and more kids in the long term are going to be used as sacrificial pawns for criminals to enact behavior and criminal activity as they see fit, and police officers are not going to be allowed to do their job.
So essentially, if you have, let's just say, 1,000 unarmed men, women, and children coming onto your beaches, about to invade your town, you get 10 guys with machine guns. They all get mowed down in less than 30 seconds on the beach. Not a pretty sight. But guess what? You think the message is sent not to do that again? I think the message is sent. It says, we don't want to do this again, but we will. You think they're going to go onto that beach again? Yeah, they might try to get a little creative. They might go try another different side of the world or a different side of the country. But either way, message has been sent. You want casualties or not? If you want casualties, we will provide them for you. And guess what will happen? They will stop bringing men, women, and children to the beaches to invade towns. They will stop using them as human shields. Hell, the men will stop trying to invade. They'll try to go to another country that will allow them to invade because it's been going on for too long. That they're just used to it. Taking advantage of the Western society's hospitality has gone too far.
This isn't our problem. It is their problem they're presenting us with. We don't want to do this, but it's our only choice for the safety of our countries. An extreme measure must be taken once to ensure it doesn't happen again. And if you want to know why they're doing this, they did the exact same thing in Iran, where they built an elementary school on top of their military base. So if anybody retaliated against their terroristic activity, they would say, oh my God, they're bombing the children.
Yeah. You see a lot of very specific Muslim countries doing that, by the way. It's like, weird. Why would you put a military base right next to an elementary school, or right on top of one, or in the bunker of one, or maybe even a hospital? Looks like that our enemies have taken a look of how our media likes to tell stories. But guess what? You don't see the Geneva Convention saying to all the Muslim countries, hey, you need to stop putting schools in the middle of your military bases because, one, that's incredibly unethical. It goes against the Geneva Code of Ethics. And it's the wrong thing to do. You know what? The thing is, you don't see the UN fucking doing that, do you? They try to get on Israel's ass, and I'm not saying Israel's the fucking like nicest people in the fucking world in their government or their military. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in this instance, if you're gonna get on Israel's ass, if you're gonna get on the United States' ass, then at least also be fair, like Twitch should, and also get on Iran's ass. That sounds fair to me. But the thing is, the UN won't do that. The European Union, they're finally starting to wake the fuck up, realizing their leader's a fucking total sellout, and they're trying to reverse course, just like we are in the States. It's gonna take a lot of different villages to get this going, guys. It can't just be content creators. It can't be just one country. The United States is really powerful, but we can't point our guns at everybody, dude. I mean, we could. We would prefer not to.
They are doing emotional blackmail on not just the United States of America, but everyone on this earth. And they're doing that by weaponizing the lives of children and women. And it's disgusting. And the reality is they have forced our hand. Until we say this shit's not going to work, they're going to continue to bring children to war zones and say, hey, as we rape your women, as we bomb your countries, as we destroy your families, as we destroy your lives, and as we destroy your countries, if you shoot our infants, you're the bad guy.
While at the same time, and remember, this happened in Iraq, this happened in Afghanistan, this happened in Vietnam, this happened in Korea. What would they do? They would send children out to be suicide bombers, even if they didn't know it or not. But we're the bad guys. It's just a psyop, dude. It's effective whether they take out some military men or not. And we need to stop falling for it.
And I don't think it's a good idea to be allowed to weaponize the lives of children to enact terroristic threats. Let's keep going here.
It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, you just shoot them. They're going to stop coming over.
It's really that easy.
Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over.
And there it is. They have forced our hand to do something truly barbaric. It is not because we want to. It's because these people have forced us to do this.
And the thing is, you know, and maybe Asman did say this. I don't know, because it is cut up a little bit. But you want to know something? We can give fair warning. The president can put out a statement tomorrow and go, hey, you know how we've been really trying to, protect our border? Well, you guys seem to really keep going on this. So we're going to make it very clear. We will either shoot you or bomb you, and we will be indiscriminate whether you are a man, woman, or child. We can still make an announcement. Warning sent out. That means at that point, if it's been sent out, then anyone who tries to cross our border knew the risk. Then it's on them. That's my little amendment to Asmongold's plan.
Otherwise, the sovereignty of our nations will be completely dismantled. We are not the bad guys for doing what needs to be done. They are the bad guys for making this event occur. And that's the truth. And everybody knows it.
And then they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over.
Apparently, Twitch doesn't understand words. Hey, these people are using our morality against us. And they're going to continue to use that against us. And the thing is, like I said before, when they get over here to the United States by unjust means, by using women and children as collateral, they're going to continue to be using those women and children and abusing them. What, you thought they were great people before Like, oh, I'm gonna do this to a woman and child, and then they get across the border. They're like, oh no, now we're here. Now I'm gonna release them. You think that's how it goes, Twitch? Is that how you think it goes? They just once they reach the magical land of America, they become good people. No, that's the exact opposite. What happens? Then they feel more emboldened to do bad shit.
That's the way it works.
Exactly.
That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals.
Yes, they
They're
are.
savages.
They
Absolute
are.
fucking savages.
Yep. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. Data not available. Never mind. Every single time something seems slightly racist to Grok, data not available. Isn't that convenient? Let's keep going here.
Hamas tactics, yeah, terrorists. Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it. But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man.
Yep.
Like, that's the way it is.
If borders aren't enforced, then congratulations. The United States is about to mow over 90% of the countries overnight and take all of your resources.
Yeah. If there are no such thing as Tectone has a point. If there's no such thing as borders, let's just go ahead and take Iceland. Let's take Greenland. Let's fucking do it. Well, you think the Danish are actually doing anything with those islands? Well, I think it's Greenland. Greenland? Yeah, it's Greenland. You think the Danes are doing fucking anything? Denmark? Like, they don't even run the country. We could literally, according to the lefty lunatic's logic, we could just go over there and take it. There's no borders. And in all honesty, who would stop us? But
I promise you, borders are a good thing. And by the way, if you think borders are a bad thing, leave all your car doors unlocked.
Yep. Car doors, garage door, front door, back door, sliding glass door. You know what? Keep all your windows up for a breeze. For the breezes. And I'm not talking about the breeze. I'm talking about breeze. You know, the illegal immigrant who worked on your lawn next week is trying to take your lamp.
All your safes unlocked. Leave all your doors unlocked. Okay? If you really feel like borders are a bad thing, sleep outside in downtown Detroit with no clothes on. Why are you wearing borders on your body? Why do you have those? Why are you in a house? Why are you locking your...
Dude, he's just locked into the camera. Like, I feel like my soul is being attacked here.
car? Why are you locking your house? Why are you locking your windows? It's for our safety. Obviously. Because evil people exist. And in controlled environments, it's a lot easier and more practical to control people with nefarious means than living our lives lackadaisically. And it's also a nice way to agree, this is mine, everybody else can fuck off. It's really that easy.
And right now, it should be, this is mine, that's yours. I'll share this, but I won't share that. We're allowed to trade. See, the thing is, weirdly enough, when you have a capitalistic, capital economic system, you actually encourage sharing. Weird how that works.
People are too emotional.
Yeah, why do you have a pit bull named Princess? True.
To see that? Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, it's... You can't make decisions that way, and I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme.
It's really not extreme. The only people it's extreme to are retards who aren't understanding that sometimes criminals and terrorists force us to do things that we don't want to do, that we must do in order to maintain the safety of our Earth. Not just country, of the Earth. We cannot make people think that using women and children as sacrificial lambs is an okay thing to do.
Well, the thing is, it's also a very different time. 30 years ago, if there were 40 years ago, let's go 40 years. If you saw Mexicans cross the border, there was a very good chance they were Mexican. You know, they're poor. And they still had Western values. Most likely Catholic. That's not the case anymore. I think people are trying to think that, like, that our southern border is just like poor Mexicans. No, it's not. It's everyone from all around the world. There's Chinese people that are coming from Mexico. Like, they go into South America and they go north. They're coming from Africa. They go to South America and they go north. Like, their entire mission is to get into the United States to get free shit. They can get a lot of help in Mexico. They can get a lot of help in many other countries in South America. But for some reason, they're going straight for the United States. Because what are we called? The shining city on the hill.
Permissible in any regard.
Be a little bit, unemotional.
Captain Credit with $20. One of these criminals into the country is like inviting a libtard into a Discord chat. Oh, trust me. I dealt with 2 libtards yesterday. That's the reason why I ended stream yesterday. These 2 libtards are so afraid of me. They refuse to talk to me directly. And they have to use one of my friends as a mediator because they can't even be in the same room as me.
Because words will do something to them. Words will do something to them. You want to know why these people won't talk to people like Tectone, like directly? Because they know that their beliefs and values would not hold up to scrutiny. Because if you have someone who's a bull like Tectone, who will be cordial but firm with you as long as it's an honest conversation, your entire reality is going to break. That's how fragile these people are. Because they say it's like fearful and that it's words of hate. It's hate speech and all that jazz. No. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. They know in the back of their brains that their ideology is so fragile that it's essentially like a glass mirage. It's an egg. It's an egg that is cracked and with a flick can completely fall apart. And it's a knockoff egg from Temu with no yolk in it. That's how bad their ideology is. It has shaky ground and can tumble over with just pointing out reality. That's why they won't talk to people like Tectone.
Because they're so afraid of me. And by the way, I've met these people before multiple times. I've been nothing but kind to them. But these people know that I'll call them out on their bullshit if they try to sling any of this shit to my face. And it's embarrassing. And then they were talking about a case that I've talked about before. And they said, well, Tectone said this about these people, and they said this. And then I showed them via a mediator, the exact same person admitting that they lied about what they said here, but they wanted to believe the person on the initial claim, but then they didn't want to believe the person when it was documented that they lied and they admitted to lying.
It's like I said. It's just like believe all women. It's just like take in all the migrants. As long as you are not... The thing is, I tried to resist this for a long time. But it's true. As long as you are a straight white male that doesn't give in into the loony lefty literacy of communism, because that's what this is. It's communism. Let's stop trying to, pretty it up with social democracy and all that fucking jazz. It's communism. Let's stop it. Everyone knows what it is. Let's stop trying to dress it up like a fucking anime convention, okay? There's no cosplay here. They're trying to cosplay. No, it's communism. They can't accept reality because the only reality that works for them is the utopia that their leaders have given into their head. No, because, just socialism hasn't been done right yet. Communism hasn't been done right yet. It wasn't true socialism. It's weird. It's like every version that's been tried seems to fail. So I don't know why you guys keep trying. They're just lefty lunatics that have been brainwashed, and the slap of reality is the only thing that'll save them. But the thing is, they have to want it. That's why Tectone can show them a document proving someone lied, and they won't believe it.
And they say, well, actually, he just thinks that because he's misogynist. And then I was like, oh, okay. So we're another one of those deny reality.
Or they'll find a back door to make their ideology work, and that the lie was okay. See, remember, it's like, no. It's just like that circle. It's not happening. Okay, it's happening, but it's a good thing. No, it's always been a good thing. Rinse and repeat.
The only thing that exists is my imagination, huh? Love those people. Love those people. Guys, remember, reality doesn't exist unless it's inside their own brain. And it's embarrassing because when you meet one of these people, they are going to radicalize the fuck out of you.
Oh, yeah. I've worked with these people. They are rampant in the caregiving industry. And for some reason, It's so weird. It's so weird. For some reason, like, and the thing is, majority of them only kind of lefty lunatic, right? Like, and I say kind of in the sense of, oh, like that, like they'll be trans, but they are well aware of the difference between the biology when they're taking care of people with intellectual developmental disabilities. Like, they'll say one thing in meetings, and then they'll say another in practice. Like, for example, in the caregiving industry, especially in the IDD communities, like especially with women, they don't want male caregivers like myself. And that is valid. Did I do anything? No. But the thing is, when you are intellectually and developmentally disabled, and you have some bad experiences with men, that relationship is probably not going to work out. So it's a good thing for them to discriminate against me for the well-being of that client. So she is assigned female staff 100% of the time. But the problem is, in those meetings, they talk about LGBTQ. They talk about that how men and women are the same and that gender is a social construct. If I came in and I said, today I'm a woman, can I work with Sophia today? By the way, I'm making that shit up. I do not know. I've never had a client named Sophia. All right. We usually say first and last initials. So can I work with Sophia? Guess what they'll still say? They'll still say no. For some reason, biology matters when it comes to their jobs, but not everywhere else. So they live in this binary, believe it or not, where they do believe in reality, but they also want their utopia at the same time. It is a miserable existence for these people.
And short term, they're going to have a lot of power because outrage culture is everything. But the reality is that the more people are exposed to these
I do have a wig.
Parasites of human beings, these absolute waste of space, their actions are going to speak louder than anything else. And when people become aware of what they're doing, how they operate, why they're doing it, people aren't going to buy into this reality because it can be verifiably disproved at your fingertips. They might gain a couple more retards every now and then, but anybody who's capable of doing their own research, they are completely powerless to. Anyways, back at
Emotional. I wish we had more people like me.
I don't. I think people need to shower. I wish we had more people like me.
I wish we had more, because we got too many.
Actually, that reminds me. Maybe I'm becoming too much like Asmongold. I actually do need to shower at some point.
Pussies that are too worried about the optics of something rather than the reality of it.
That's true, but I also do that more. Anyways.
The reality of it is that if you allow people to use kids as a shield to come over, they're going to use kids as a shield to come over.
Very true.
I haven't even looked at this whole thing. I basically said the same thing earlier. It's unfortunate, but necessary.
That's going to cause...
Like, if there is two words that sums up this whole, like, Twitch ban, border cross... I'm sorry. Unfortunate, but necessary. At least for the time being. Unfortunate but necessary. If you want to actually sum up what men have to do to make society work, it's unfortunate, but necessary. I'm sorry, hon. I want to stay home with the kids, but I gotta go to war. Unfortunate, but necessary. I'm sorry. I have to get to work. A power line went down. I'm an electrician. I can save the entire city. Unfortunate, but necessary. When bad things happen in the world, men have to stand up and do shit about it. And that's how society runs. Always has, always will. And if you take that away, then you take the society that we built with all of its conveniences, goes away with it. Anyway.
A net increase of child exploitation,
obviously.
A net increase of child suffering. And it's better to just say nobody can come over and shoot anybody than try to create winning solutions for these people so they can take advantage of them by further exploiting those groups of people that you think you don't want to shoot.
Yeah, which, by the way, I said this 3 months ago. Now Asmongold is parodying it, and that's okay. I don't mind. He's my buddy. He's allowed to do that, is what it is.
That's just how it is. You say you shoot kids? Yeah, no, that's, I mean, obviously that's what I said, right? I mean, like, that's clearly like...
He's just like, well, yeah, I totally did say that. Like, is what I said confusing?
I mean, that's like, I don't know why would you repeat it to me as if I didn't say it?
Yeah.
That's literally exactly what I said. That's the reasoning for it. That's my logic. That's exactly what I would do. And I wouldn't even have any question for it.
Once again, we take no enjoyment in it. We don't want to do it, but it is something that terrorists and criminals have forced us good, kind people to do for the safety of our own people. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say something crazy. I don't give a fuck about random illegal immigrant criminals more than my own people. I don't. Because those same illegal immigrants.
I said that at the very beginning of this video. And I hadn't watched this entire thing yet. I only watched like the first minute or two. Why should I give a fuck? They don't give a fuck about their goddamn country. They're trying to leave it. We built ours from fucking scratch. We're not stopping you from doing that. Get here the right way or fix your shit elsewhere.
Have been parasites in our countries, making our blue-collared workers' life harder and harder, taking 40 to 50% of our tax dollars to support their welfare, fucking can't get a job, lazy fucking asses, while they rob and pillage and rape our country. So no, I don't give a fuck more about illegals than my own people, because I'm not retarded.
Come on. Well, I'm going to pull one more up. Keep the kids, deport their families? What do you think the kids do? The kids grow up and they resent you for supporting their families to turn.
Yeah. You see this over and over again in every single war that has ever existed. What's the first thing an invader does when they complete an invasion? They kill all the men and all the male children. Why? Because they don't want them growing up attacking them back. You see it over and over in history. We're just adapting that strategy. We're actually doing it morally. Oddly enough. Yeah, I'd say it's a lot more moral than how they used to do it in war. A lot more.
The terrorists.
True. Just
because it's equal opportunity this time. Remember, we're feminists.
Because someone is 5 or 6 years old doesn't mean that they're going to become a good person. It doesn't. Just because someone's 5 or 6 years old doesn't mean they're allowed to break the law. Keep them where they come from. If they want to come here, they can do so the legal way. And
when they're older.
I'll be real. I'm being lenient as fuck with that. Because I don't think that's provided any net positive on the country whatsoever.
No. 50% a very specific scenario, just shooting into a crowd, and now there happen to be kids too? Of course.
No, I would like to say, not all migrants are created equal. That's the goddamn truth. East Asians are fucking owning on it.
So there's like 2 Korean churches where I live. I wonder if I can find a wife in one of those. Not gonna lie. It's been tempting. It's been tempting.
Every metric. Like, bro, there should be, if you're an East Asian, you should have like the skip the line fast pass like they do at Six Flags to get into America. And that's the truth, because they commit the least crime.
Yeah, we just need to keep majority of Chinese-sponsored students out. Then we'd be good.
They're the most educated, and they provide our country with the most profit and the most net gain. They shouldn't even have to do any paperwork. Like, we should have a red carpet for East Asians to come into our country whenever they want.
See, positive racism exists. Huh, weird. It's like when a certain demographic, has positive results, almost universally, you get treated differently. Weird. They think that white people are all these racists. It's like, it's kind of weird. We want the people that tend to work hard and build shit over here. They really love, building restaurants. They like being in a tech company. They like being doctors and engineers. Yeah, red carpet, please. And then they're like, but why don't you do the same thing with the West Africans? And then you look over there and then, there's flies over them. And they're also stealing their own mother's pottery that she made herself to sell it on the black market for some drugs. No, for an AK-47. Sorry. Yeah. Gonna treat you differently.
Yeah, oh yeah, and Norwegians and Scandinavians, absolutely. And then you should have Somalians and say, well, Sorry, you've been randomly selected to be screened. And if you want to know why I'm saying that, I would like to remind you that over 90% of Somalians, 90% of Somalians
Are on our welfare system.
that have come to the United States and have been here, not for a couple of weeks, for over 5, 6, 8 years, all of them are still on welfare. If you can't integrate into a country after 5, 6, 7 years, get the fuck out.
Hell, 1 year. 6 months. Dude, we have people that have not spoken in lick of English. They get here and in 6 months, they could say sentences, they could say words. There are people that really do want to be here. Should have they learned the language first? Sure. But there are people that want to be here. They get here and they fucking learn English as quickly as possible. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I love that guy. That guy's awesome.
Genuinely, you're lazy and you're dumb and you're not trying at all. You're a parasite on our nation. Leave. We have no obligation to take care of retarded children. What happened to Asmund? He got banned because people were too stupid to understand what he was saying.
Because that's the reality. Because if you have kids in the crowd, then kids are going to get killed in the crowd. Then you're going to use the emotional weight of the kids getting killed in the crowd as a justification to not shoot the crowds.
Yep.
But you think that shooting the crowds is the correct option.
See, this goes back to what I said earlier. You want to know the most moral thing you can do in Asmongold's scenario, which is exactly what we should do here in the United States. And I think the European Union should be doing that as well. And as well as its separate countries that are within it. Give a warning first. Then it's not on you. I'm sorry. Anyone. We will not discriminate. Men, women, and children. If you try to cross our border illegally, you will be shot and killed. Warning presented. If they choose to follow that warning or not, then it's not on you. It's not on the United States. It's on them. They were warned. Sorry. Not sorry.
Yep.
Which means that you would be okay taking the risk of killing the kids. Which means that killing the kids is somehow acceptable. Which means that doing that is not.
Yeah, as long as they got here legally, you know what? Sure. I'll give a little bit of leeway.
A big deal, and you'd be okay with it as well. You're ignoring how the sausage is made because you don't want to feel bad about the outcome.
Yep.
But the reality is that any way that you logically deduce this reality.
Because here's the reality. Everybody here loves pork. Everybody here loves sausage. Everybody here loves chicken. We all love, especially my black community. Every one of y'all loves meat. Now, would you want to eat it every day if you had to watch someone take a samurai sword and slice their fucking head off and pull the meat off? A lot of y'all would say, no, probably not. The reality is, a lot of good comes to this world by making sacrifices. We don't want to do these things. We do them because we must. And you can't ignore how
unfortunate, but necessary. That's how the world works.
Exactly. You can't ignore how the sausage is made.
You will immediately come out with bad behavior.
I understand my audience is a bit harder than the day-to-day, but the majority of people would say no, and they would say, actually, I'm vegan, which actually makes me a better person.
Oh, I have a whole video coming out soon on a vegan. Yeah, no, there is a vegan that almost destroyed an entire state's economy. Like, recently. It was this close. Like, in the United States, almost destroyed an entire state's economy. Thousands and thousands and thousands of businesses would have been lost.
Because I don't eat animals. Oh my God. I don't eat animals because I'm vegan. Oh my God. I'm such a good person. Shut the fuck up, retard. Have you ever met a vegan that wasn't fat, ugly, and stupid? Straight up.
Yeah, I know some actually fairly healthy vegans. It's the non-asshole ones. The ones that are like, yeah, I'm just vegan. Never really liked you. The cool vegans aren't really the ones that like made a political choice about it. They're just like, yeah, I just honestly don't like meat, so I just kind of gravitated that way. Yeah, then no, you eat all the meat in the world. I really don't care. I don't know. I just kind of landed here. Like, those are the cool vegans. The ones that just don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, I kind of just landed here, man. Like, don't really like meat. That's it. Good for you, dude. Those are the vegans I appreciate.
You understand? You just create a human shield defense? Of course. All I'm saying is don't pull the kids aside and shoot them if you had a choice.
If there was a choice to summon a divine lord to come in and put blessing of protection on women and the children, obviously it would be done. Obviously. You know? Like if Michael could descend from the heavens and bless and protect them with his wings, sure. But that's not possible. It's not possible.
I don't think they should pull them aside. No one wants to feel bad about the outcome. Well, of course, I mean, like, yeah, actually, I don't care about feeling bad about the outcome at all.
That's the
I care
problem.
About feeling.
People are so used to not feeling bad, or they've been trained to think that feeling bad is a bad thing. No, feeling bad has layers to it. I can feel bad about innocent children being mowed down. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to look at it and go, unfortunately, it was necessary. I'm sorry, we gave them literally a fatal warning. And those parents decided to make a bad choice for their children, and now they're dead. Okay, well, there's the example. Hopefully, you people won't do it again. Stop it. Oh, you're going to do it again? Hopefully, it's the second time. But it's not on me. I may feel bad about it, but they're the ones making the moral choice to do it anyway. Again, sorry, not sorry.
Bad about that I did the wrong thing. This is the kind of guy that falls hook, line, and sinker for the Hamas propaganda because he can't see past kids. It's so sad, man. It's honestly so sad, the amount of people that are emotionally captured by this.
Yes, and the other thing is, what you guys have to understand is, people who are saying that we should just let them come over value random criminals over their own people. And I don't. I don't. America is my home. America is my house. And we pick up after ourselves in my house. We clean up after ourselves in our house. We take care of our house. And I'm not going to let people be in my house that are ruining it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So once again, Asmongold was banned because people were too low IQ to understand his take. And after watching all of that, they still got, oh, Asmongold said he thinks children should be shot for fun. No. Nobody said that.
Nope.
Nobody ever said that. What he said was, these people are forcing our hand to do something horrible, but we must do that for the safety of our people. And it's very simple. I've said this many times, and it's crazy to see Asmongold get banned for this because enough people bitch and whine about it on social media. Anyways, God bless you. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
All right, I did not expect to make a majority of the stream dedicated to the whole Asmongold thing. That's definitely wild. Wasn't expecting that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. Let's see, over on Rumble, we are going to raid Toasty with the Mosty. I will send you guys over to there. And let's see what's going on in regards to YouTube. Let's see here. See, we got Phantom GB. Yeah, we can go ahead and raid him. Why not? Phantom GB? Hold on, let me, hold on. Phantom GB. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if he has a kick or not, and I don't think I have anyone on kick, but, oh. Is someone talking to me? Sorry, I'm looking out of the screens. Oh, someone in my shorts. Let's see. Educate yourself. I thought you were being sarcastic. That's why I was laughing, but you're actually being serious. You're a joke. Oh, this is a while ago. Someone was in the chat who was really butthurt what I said. Oh, no, this was like, almost like 10 minutes ago. Let's see. What does he want? Wait, what does this guy want to educate on? I'm talking about this guy. Where is he? I lost him. Oh, Thomas Kubala. What was his deal? Sorry, I was in the zone, guys. So if I missed some of your shit, that's my bad. Okay. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna was he on TT, text to speech? What? Yeah, he was on YouTube Shorts. Yeah, he was on YouTube Shorts, which is where I need to be a little bit more selective there. I need to put that as subscriber only. Because that's usually when I get the crazies in chat. Because majority of my mods aren't in the YouTube one. Which is fine. It's fine. So I'll just rework it at some point. But we're gonna raid Phantom GB on YouTube and Toasty on Rumble. And then I'm just gonna run a quick errand, and then I'm gonna be in Smash JT's chat. So, but with that in mind, everybody, you are somebody, I am nobody. But I hope you have a fantastic day, and good night.